Yeah, everybody knows what time it is. Actually, you know dually what time it is. It is hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby. It is Friday Pie Day. Give me some love in the comments section. Show me some love. Give me some likes. Hit the video. Send it out to all the people that you actually want to see like make money. And we'll take it from there. So if you're here from Twitter, scroll up, hit the follow button. If you're here from YouTube, I appreciate you. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell. Bitcoin's doing some wild stuff. We took a nice scalp short yesterday that you saw. I had the short open, blah, blah, blah. We made money on that, right? Bitcoin has now pumped up to $84,000, kind of stalling out at $84,000 right now. Doesn't mean that it's going to stop, right? I actually took a bunch of spot positions last night when Bitcoin hit like $79,000, and I ended up making like 5% on all of those spot positions. I already cleared them all out because in my opinion, I think there's probably a little bit further downside here, even though we did hit 78. I don't care. That's perfectly fine. The altcoins are so low anyways that if we do confirm above the levels, that sends us back up into a bull market, an altcoin season, and a new all-time high for Bitcoin. I'm perfectly fine buying later rather than trying to time it perfectly and then, hitting, potentially more downside. So with that being said, we will talk about it here in just a second. And yeah, everybody knows it is the Wolfer Power Hour. I'm your host, DW, Drew Wolfer, bringing you the levels, bringing you the gains, bringing you the trades, doing everything that I can to help sharpen your sword, put some more arrows in your, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. If anybody knows your quill or your quiver. That's what it is. Put more arrows in your quiver, whatever. Go out and hunt, eat, kill, right? Hunt, kill, then eat, right? Because you got to kill before you can eat, baby. So as everybody probably knows, and as Ray Shrummer is going to tell you, so you are absolutely in the right place. If you're like, yo, I need somebody to teach me how to trade. I need somebody to give me levels. I need somebody to show me TA. I need somebody to do all these different things. You're in the right place, baby. Come over here. D-Dubs, Drew Wolfer, Drewski, whatever you want to call me. Douchebag with the braids. Don't care. Call me whatever you want, but don't call me for fronts, baby. All right, let's get into it. So as we kind of talked about it wasn't the other day. It was yesterday. Okay? Yesterday. All right, calm down. Everybody be cool. Nobody moves. Nobody gets hurt. Let me holster this really quick. So like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes into the stream, I'm already drawing down on people, right? So exciting. It's so exciting. Now, I mean, if like I saw this. Okay, so here's the good news, right? I made like 13 hundo. Well, okay. We made $700 on a long trade. It was a couple days ago, right? Then we made 1.35K almost, 1.3K, $1,300 on a short the very next day. And then the very next day, which was yesterday, which we took profits on yesterday, we took profits at 80,842, which was, about $2,000 above what the actual low was. We did make money on that, 1.4K. Now, here's the problem. I also took some losses, man. I tried to time the bottom, and I screwed myself. And I'll tell you what happened. Dude, what actually happened on this trade really actually sucked, okay? So I was averaging in at like from 79.5 down to like 79K or something like that, right? And I was doing like 0.2, 0.1 Bitcoin at a time because I'm not putting all just crazy money on it. Do not trade on your phone at 2 a.m. in the morning, okay? Because this will happen to you if you do. And I got lucky and I only lost $580 on this. But it also screwed me on a trade that came after that too, which we'll talk about in just a second. This is proper risk management, okay? So what happened, I literally was trying to put on a 0.1 more Bitcoin short at, I believe it was like 79.2 or 79.3 or something like that. Well, I didn't put the point in. And it shorted, it was a long, and it longed the one whole Bitcoin at 10x leverage, and I didn't know it. And I'm chilling, whatever. I go back to my phone to see, what the price is at to see if I need to average in, and I'm going to put in another 0.1 Bitcoin, and I'm like, why do I have 1.5 Bitcoin on this order? And then I went to my order history. Dude, I put in a whole Bitcoin on a long, and I was like, damn. So now I've got me what we would call a damn Daniel, right?
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white van.
Back at it again with the fat fingers, man.
I'm feeling a little irked, or at least like irked adjacent, and then these guys bring in their bad vibes. Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
So the problem was, it wasn't that because price went up after this, right? But the problem is that price was going down when this was happening. So my downside was massive on this now because I had this one full Bitcoin that I put in on this order like an idiot. Terrible. So what I did was I managed the position, and I was like, okay, we don't want to lose all the gains that we just took right here. We do not want to lose that. So bam, I got out, barely, whatever. And I was like, because I think we got further downside to about $78,000. And we did, right? I had my stop loss at like 78.7. And I think it went to almost like 78,000. We'll get into the charts here in just a second. So now, all of this to say, this screwed me on my next trade because I was like, I want to be in this long because I'm targeting $84,000 right now, like I was talking about on the stream yesterday. So then I get into another long, right, at 79.2, but I have to set my stop loss so tight now because of this dumb loss. If I hadn't taken this dumb loss right here, then I could have set my stop loss much looser down at like 77.7, right? And then I would have made like $1,000 on this move because this was a 0.25 Bitcoin short or 0.35 in total. And it lost $300 because it got stopped out. So, I mean, you just got to you got to really pay attention to the things that you do. Even I make mistakes, like seriously, and I've been trading for a very long time. And I mean, even I make mistakes, like seriously, it happens to everybody, but you have to manage your losses, right? So like, is this detrimental to me? No. $300, $570 when I just made 1.4, 1.3 and $700 the previous 3 days. No, it's not detrimental, but does it suck? Yes. Are you going to be like, yeah, does that suck? Yeah, it does suck. Okay. So just pay attention to the things that you do. That's all I can really say. So anyways, yesterday, what we were talking about, now we can get past my story of my troubles and woes, right? Woe is me, okay? So feel bad for me, man. Feel bad for me. I'm an idiot. So sorry about that, guys. But I gave back some of the gains that we made yesterday. Here's the good news, though. Actually, this trade right here, this 579, it's actually canceled out because I took about $10,000 worth of spot positions. I took about 70 different spot positions. I know, wild, right? It took forever. I was doing this for like an hour, man. I took like 70 different spot positions right here at about $79,000. Everything all the way from ETH down to like the top 100 cryptos. Boom. They made me like, I think it was like $470 or something like that. So they did cancel out this like terrible one, but this still isn't canceled out. So we're going to see what we can do about getting a trade that can cancel out those losses today. We still got to make back another $400, man, because I don't like losing money. Okay. I don't like losing money. So here's my point. Why did I say down here that we were going to come back up to about $94,000? Well, whenever we were looking at this, okay, this was a key level. Whenever I was saying, okay, here's where we're at, right? This was yesterday, okay? Whenever we were on the stream, we were coming down here and I said, okay, if we come down here and we start bouncing from the bottom end of this trend channel, guess what could potentially happen, right? Because we do have a trend channel, right? I think we can all agree upon that. This is it's pretty cut and dry trend channel, right? It's from a pivot point from the top up here at 99.7, right? Where we kind of started our fall, right? Our cascade. And then you can see 3 touch points here. And yesterday there was 3 touch points like down here. So I was like, okay, that if we bounce from the bottom end of this trend channel, we could come up here to about $83,500 to $84,000, which is where the 50 moving average was, right? And that's okay. That's exactly what we did. So I was looking to long here to $84,000, like I was talking about yesterday. Now that we are up here, right, we're starting to kind of fall from that $84,000 range. I started entering a short here but my average is not that great, to be honest with you. My average is at like 83,000, 83.1 or something like that. So I mean, I think I'm out of the money by a few $100s here. But in any case, you know, as long as we don't have a cup and handy play out here, I'm in good shape on this short position. And to be honest with you, you know, I might take this off at a break even if we come down here and retest this and then start bouncing, right? So here's my point. We do have what we could consider a potential cup and handy, and this is what's laying out the potential bullish case scenario for this. Now, is this guaranteed to play out? I do not think so. I don't think this is guaranteed. Well, okay, nothing's guaranteed to play out. But my point is if we come back in here, right, and we check out what this cup and handle could be doing, right? Well, let's just say that's the cup and handle, right? This is our range. We still haven't really set a range on it. We need more hourly candles to get some data to do that. But here's my point. If we were to bounce from this cup and handy, right, this is where we could be going on the hourly chart. Okay, we could be coming right back up here to about $90,000. And in my opinion, it would probably be more about like $88,000 because you know me, I only target like about 75 to 80% of the measured move. Okay, so here's the one other thing that needs to be considered. The RSI did just stop short of overbought, okay? And now it's starting to reverse down. You've got the signal line starting to curl back up. And then guess what's happening to the Stokes? Stokes are 100% overbought. They were in the 100 region, right? And now they're about to get a signal line crossover potentially. Let's see what's happening on Market Cipher. You had your green dot down here, right, on the hourly chart. Boom. And then you blasted, right? And now that money flow is starting to trend upwards, but you've got your VWAP crossing down. We'll see what happens with this momentum wave. You are setting higher momentum waves on this, which is good news. At least in terms of like if price starts going up, those momentum waves aren't setting like super higher lows in like, so just, you know, be aware of that, right? So we'll see what happens up here, but you know, could there be a potential cup and handy that could bring us up to about 88K and then help us reclaim this 100 moving average? Yes, but we got to get through this 50 moving average first. And then we've also got all these fib levels from, here we go. Let's see where my 1 hour path was. Yeah, okay. 1 second, where's my fib? Right here. Okay, so this fib is drawn. Let me get this so that it's full screen for you. So as you can see, my fib was drawn from the high, like right before we took the dumpity dump and came down into the dumpity dump zone. And boom, we drew it to the low. The 0.236 is right here at $83,252, right? So that's another key level that we're going to have to hold if we want to be bullish, right? Now, whenever we go into the weekend, there's going to be relatively low volume, okay? Because there's not going to be a lot of institutions doing things. So if everybody's bearish, right, then, you know, we could continue going down even further. Now, we need to hold this 83.3 level, and in my opinion, we need to hold that $83,000 level. And if we don't, then you're going to see probably a pullback right to about here. And again, this is not, none of this stuff is guaranteed. I'm just laying out the scenarios. 1 hour cup and handle. Let's get this off of here. Excuse me. Where's it at? Where's my fib, baby? Okay. So if you draw from this swing low to this swing high, we'll take the other fib off so that we can see it a little bit better. If you draw that, you're going to see that the 0.618 is right here at about $80,500, right? Now, the full retracement on this is going to be at about 78.1. And in my opinion, these are your make or break points that you can kind of see. You know, we were talking about these yesterday. But if we hit this is a really good place to long, 77.4. So if we come back down into this channel, because we still have not confirmed outside of this channel, in order to confirm outside of this channel, we would have to close a candle, an hourly candle close above the close of this candle, which is $83,992. So if we can close a hourly candle above $84,000, I'll probably liquidate my short position and start thinking about flipping long. If we come back down here and back test this 0.236 and this trend channel, boom, blast off, right? That's what I'll be looking to do. But right now I'm looking at a short. Okay. So we technically have set a lower high, right? So market structure wise, we are still going down. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'll show you. Let's just pull this channel off. Where's my, what's it called? Okay. Okay, so market structure, right? Okay, let me pull my magnet tool off of here as well. Okay, so you've got a low, right? Then you've got a higher high than this high right here, right? Then you've got a higher low, right? So as you can see, higher highs, higher lows. Then you have a lower high and a lower low, as you can see, right? Then you have a lower high, right? And then you have a lower low. Whoops, sorry. A lower low, right? So that's macro wise, right? That's macro wise. It was looking like it was starting to turn around here because they're like, okay, we set a lower high, but then we set a higher low, but then we set a lower high again, and then bam, took out all of those lows and then just kept taking them out, right? So then let's zoom in micro, right? So technically we're still in a downtrend, but is anywhere under $99,386 is still a lower high, right? From a macro perspective. Now let's look micro. Okay, let's look at the micro. You've got your high, you've got your low, right? That's a higher low. It's a higher high than this previous swing high, and it's a higher low than this, right? And then this is where we start to break market structure. Okay, we have a lower low, right? And a lower high after this one, right? Then we have yet again another lower low, right? And then a lower high, right? Lower low, lower high, lower high, after another lower low. So you could see another lower low down here to about $77,000 or even 74K, and then set another lower high, or you could take out this previous high, and that's when, because we all know that this is like our point. This is our catch point right here. $73,000 to $77,000 is really where we want to be starting to think about like super longing, and then just like sticking with it, right? So micro, we're still trending down, right? Could this cup in handy save us? Maybe, right? Maybe. I'm not counting on it though, because there's a lot of downward pressure here. And I mean, the RSI, even on the hourly, is getting close to overbought, right? The Stokes on the hourly are super overbought, right? And if we go to the 4 hour, we can extract that data and see what the heck's going on over there, right? Tell him, Kanye.
You ain't got the answers, man.
So we've got overbought in the Stokes on this as well, right? And, you know, we've got time on this. It's not like overbought like right this second, but it is, right? It is in overbought right now. We've got time on the RSI, right? RSI just kind of trended upwards. But if you notice, a lot of times RSI will stall out in the middle and then reverse, right? So is that what it's going to do here? Stall out, reverse, boom. We don't know yet. We still have to see. We do have potential bearish divergence or bullish divergence here, right? So let's call that potential bullish divergence, right? This could blast, right? It could blast, but my bias is that your entry was here, right? And I got screwed on my entry, as you saw on, you know, my $580 loss, because I fat fingered my order, and you know, I'd be in probably $1,500 profit or something like that if I would have stayed up here. But you know, it is what it is. So you know, now we just take it, you know, how it is. We still have money flow in the red, right? We have a VWAP crossover, but the money flow is actually getting bigger, or the momentum is actually getting bigger, right? Now, the short-term momentum is getting smaller, right? But long-term momentum is actually getting bigger to the downside, right? So could we see another flush out down to here? Yeah, I mean, we could. But let's check out what the daily is saying as well, and then we'll kind of take it from there. Oof. Dude, the daily just looks nasty, man. Double top all day. That's double top. It's classic double top. Boom, boom, came back down here to where we started the run. I mean, this could be the bottom, guys. I mean, this could be the bottom. Like, you're getting a bottoming tail candle right here. Like, this could be the bottom. If you get massive volume on this candle, like say this candle comes up and has bigger volume than these candles right here. Like, look at this topping tail, right? This is a topping tail. Look how big the volume was on that compared to all the volume over here and all the volume over here, right? So that was a topping tail. This was also a topping tail. Look at the volume on that. And then all of a sudden you see the boom, 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 right? So if we can get some pretty sizable volume on this bottoming tail right here, and we can get it up here and stay, 83-ish, 83.7 or something like that. This could be the bottom on this and could be ready to rip, right? Because we did regain the 200 moving average on the daily, okay? So that's today. So we need to see where this thing closes on the daily candle today. And then obviously we want to look at the weekly. Let's zoom out. Yeah, I mean, the weekly's the same thing. This could be the bottom. To be honest with you, this could be the bottom. I'm not saying it is, but I'm also not saying that it's not, right? I mean, we've got RSI that was super overheated. It came down here to the 50 line. Last time we got down here, we reversed. Last time we got down here, we reversed, right? And, a lot of times it'll stall out in the middle, right? And reverse, right? So as you can see, stalled out, reversed, stalled out, reversed. Could it stall out here and reverse? Yeah, it could. And is this upward trending? Kinda, so let's see what we can do. I mean, this weekly candle doesn't close until Sunday evening at, I believe it's 6 p.m. Eastern time. So just, pay attention for this, watch for this. Then we also have the stochastics are oversold on the weekly as well. And then what we can do is we can check out the monthly. I mean, this could potentially be like a short-term bottom. Like, to be honest with you, this could be your bounce point. The monthly doesn't look as awesome because like your Stokes are right here, just left overbought, right? Your RSI just left overbought yet again, right? But it's going to take a long time for this to play out, right? And then you've also got your market cipher B, which is printing a red dot this month. Does that matter? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, could be, this could be a bullish scenario. Let's see what the RSI, yeah, stochastics, super oversold, RSI in the oversold territory. Yeah, I mean, this could rip today. You might get another flush down here to, $82,000 or something, down to this fib that we were talking about, and, blast up. And as long as you close up here, I mean, the way I look at it, if you don't set a lower low here, right, we can do the math on it. So let's just do the math, right? So we've got the open of this is, or no, let's go to the low. The high is 84,816.43. Minus the low, which so far is 78,167.81. So that's $6,000, $6,600 worth of price action that's been in this candle, right? So if you divide that by 4, that gives you 25% of what that candle is. So then if you subtract this 25% from what the high is of the candle, which is 84,816, so minus 84,816.43, 83,154. So as long as we close above 83,154, that's your key range right there. This will be considered a bottoming tail, right? And this will be where you go super bullish long, right? That's just my opinion. Do whatever you want. That's not financial advice. But if we close above 83,154, and we've got a lot of time left on this candle, right? As you can see, we've still got 7.5 friggin' hours on this candle, okay? So as long as we close above 83,154, I mean, you can come all the way back down here to the 200 moving average at $82,000 and then bounce, right? You could come all the way down here and then bounce. The thing that you need to take into account is the close of this candle. As long as it's above 83,150, you're good to go. That is a bottoming tail, and it's very bullish sign, okay? So just take that into account. That's where you might be considering some super longs, man. And especially on spot bags. This might be some super long spot bag positions right here, baby. So let's check out the, wait, hold on. Okay, so we know we've got a bullish case scenario on the daily and the weekly at the very least. Let's check out the 12-hour. See what the 12 hours telling us. Yeah, green dots. But again, these things are firing like within hours of each other, or within, a couple of candles of each other. Okay, we just left overbought. Or oversold, my bad, sorry. Oversold. I mean, you could see the same thing happen here where it comes up here, it reverses, goes up, right? So you could see that flush down to 74, 77K yet again. Like, again, we could see that, right? it's less likely, in my opinion, because now if we get this signal line crossover here, this is a long candle, man. I mean, we're talking, this takes 12 hours to close. This got 7.5 hours left. For you to even get this crossover, you're gonna have to wait at least 7.5 hours to see about that, right? So, I mean, this does not look not bullish, okay? So there's a bullish case scenario to be had on the 12 hour. There's also a bullish case scenario to be had on the 8 hour. I mean, as you can see, we have not been this oversold on the 8 hour since August of 2024. And let's look at what happened in August of 2024, right? So August of 2024, we pumped from about $49,000 all the way up to $65,000. That was a 30% pump, right? 33% pump. So, I mean, that could be nice. That could be a nice little pumpity pump on this, but we are now outside and we are trying to reverse this back to the downside, right? So you got to watch these. You also have a bunch of moving averages that are going to get in your way, right? Your 50s up here at 93, 94K, right? Yeah, call it 94K. And then 94K is kind of like your level. Let's go to the 12 hour, see what's there. Yeah, 94K. You've got 92. So yeah, 92. And I'm pretty sure that's where the value area low is. Value area low should be right around $91,000. Yeah, $91,000. So, I mean, we really got to get above $91,000 to even consider bullishness. But, you know, if we do put in that bottoming tail on the daily chart, that's going to look extremely good for us. Let me know what you think in the comments section, right? We just don't want everybody running around here looking like Ricky Bobby.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise!
Help me, Tom Cruise, with your Scientology magic, man. Your crazy Scientology magic, man. We are getting that overbought territory on the Stokes, but, you know, RSI is not looking terrible, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, momentum, micro is trending upwards, right? But macro, again, trending downwards on the 4 hour. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like a period of indecision. I could see a flush out here, you know, that brings us back down to 78, rips it back up. Because they're gonna want to take all of these people out, right? And who are these people? All of these guys right here. Just like they wanted to take all of these guys out, and then they did it. They're gonna want to take all of those guys back out again, and then boom, reverse it, right? Like Missy Elliott said, she puts her thing down, flips it, and reverses it. That's what they're going to want to do. I'm not saying that that's what they're going to do, but I'm saying that's what they're probably going to want to do, is reverse this thing. Shoot, bam, and then take it back up, hit 77.3, 77.5, boom, right? And then we know that we've got our, you know, we've got our macro or micro whatevers, like resistances and stuff. And then we know that we've got our fib right here that's basically saying, you know, we're going to have resistance at $86,000, right? And that's where the 100 moving average is going to be on the 100 or on the 1 hour chart. So we'll see what happens there. But at the very least, what we're going to see here is this swing low to the swing high, right? You've got what is going on with this fib? Okay, there we go. You've got a retracement to $80,567. If you flush down there and you bounce, I think we've got bullish nature, right? You can even flush right down here to about $82,000, even $81,000, and just just boom, right? Bam, slam it, right? Now we have done almost a full retracement on this fib right here, so just like watch out for that. Okay, because like this has literally gone up past the 0.786 fib. It's starting to get a rejection at the 100 moving average, but you know, we could reclaim the 100 moving average here. You know, we're trying to do it right now, and we're being successful as it sits right now. But that doesn't mean anything yet. Okay, until these candles close. So we'll see what happens. And you know, that's that. So I would be looking to, you know, potentially exit at you know, I don't know, $82,000 range. And then here's another fib that is pulled from like the much higher area, which is right after this previous swing low. Boom. And as you can see, we got a perfect rejection straight from the 0.618, right? So if that's the case, then we could come right back down here to either the 0.5 at 83 or the 0.382 at $82,000. Boom. You get this rejection, right? Bam. and then you either bounce from here or you either bounce from here, right? Now, further downside, obviously, you could still come all the way down here, take out all of this liquidity right here, come down here, and then boom, blast off. You know what I mean? So that's, I mean, things are not looking horrible right now for Bitcoin, in my opinion. Does anybody have any altcoins they want me to look at in the comments section? Go ahead. Good morning from Washington State. I appreciate you sharing. Adrian Kent, he's always here. She said, oof. I mean, they reversed it though. You know, they definitely reversed it on us, for sure. I'm glad I took my profits on this position right here. I'm glad I took my profits at the $80,000 to $81,000 range, right? That was pretty good. So, you know, worst case scenario, you sit out here and you see what happens, right? Come up here, you reclaim this, boom, you could be bouncing, right? Could be going up big time. But just remember that the weekends have historically like inherently less volume on them because there's, you know, here, I'll show you a weekend, right? What the heck just happened? Okay. Why does this keep doing this to me? All right, sorry. Okay, so Saturday. Look at Friday's volume, right? Then look at Saturday's volume. Then look at Sunday's volume, right? Look at Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and then look at Saturday and Sunday's volume, right? Look at Sunday, Saturday, Friday, right? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and then look again, Sunday and Saturday, right? So you're going to have inherently less volume as well. So just, you know, take that into account, right? Now, see, hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can pull something up. Okay, so this is just something that I have like made for myself, okay? But this kind of gives you, you know, an indication of what candlesticks are and what they do, right? So let's just look at it. How do I zoom out on this? Yeah, okay. Okay, let me see if I can put it on the screen. Yeah, I can. Okay, so this is just something I made, like this is my stuff, right? And anyways, if we look at this candle, you've got your hammer, right? And this will explain to you in, you know, a brief description what this hammer means, essentially, right? So let's get this off of here. And this is the hammer candle right here, right? Looks very similar to this, right? This is what it is, right? So this hammer is basically, all right, I'll just read it to you, right? When a hammer comes in green and bullish during a downtrend, it can signify a reversal. Because if you read the candle, it's essentially saying that the bears tried their best to push the price lower. And this is the massive wick right here that you can see below the actual candle body. And the longer the wick, the better, because it signifies that the bulls made a stronger stand with the longer that wick is, right? Because this is price action, right? This is the open and this is the close. This is everything that happened in between there, right? So then secondarily, the bulls held strong and pushed that price higher to where bearish volume was exhausted. And this is where the candle body closed green and without much wick above it, meaning that the candle closed close to the top of the candle, right? Because the bears gave up, which indicates that the bulls continue to rally through the entire candle. And then the bears will have to reset and a lot of people will flip long due to this volume. So your potential long entry point should be on the next candle after confirmation of that hammer. And your stop loss should be at the range low or the bottom of the wick of that hammer candle, right? Which would essentially be the swing low. Note that the longer the wick, it amplifies the conviction of market participants in the potential reversal. And with each wick ideally being 2 times the length of the body of the hammer candle body, and bonus points if the wick is double the entire candle wick length and the previous candle to the left, right? So what do I mean by that? I mean, if this wick is the same size, right? Let's say this wick closes here like this. If it is 2 times the size of this candle, which very clearly it is, right? But also if it's 2 times the size of this candle, which it almost is, right? So that's why I'm saying like this could be a very bullish sign for downward, you know, for upward momentum is my point. So obviously if this closes green and bullish, that's better. If it closes red, it's not as bullish, but you get where I'm going with it, right? So that's just a document that I have that basically lays out all of the different kind of candles and then gives you like what those look like, right? So there's the shooting star, which is what we saw, right? And then obviously there's bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, stuff like that, spinning top, stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, that kind of gives you a little bit of a you know, I don't know, like a indication of, you know, what the heck's going on with this candle, right? And it gives you like a brief explanation of said candle, right? So yeah, my short position might get wrecked, man. Honestly, it's probably going to get wrecked. Let's go down to the 1 minute chart. I think we're ripping on the 1 minute. Something's going ham. Yep, there it is. Yep, we are absolutely ripping on the 1 minute. Let's see what's happening. What's happening to the RSI? Ooh, RSI is massively up. I mean, if you close up here and you get this, like, I mean, let's see. Okay, so we got, I mean, this looks like a bullish or a bearish divergence, to be honest with you, if you do close up here and you don't set a higher high, or you don't set a higher high on the RSI, right? If you set a higher high here and then you set a lower high on the RSI, which it looks like you're probably going to do, it's about the same high, you know, it's relatively close. So is that a bearish divergence? Maybe not. But, you know, do whatever you want with that information. I think this thing, I mean, look at the Stokes on this thing. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it could probably rip back down here to 83.5, something like that. But it's looking like it's got bullish momentum, in my opinion. It looks like it's got bullish momentum. You know, we got to wait and see if that is the bottom. But I mean, as it sits right now, I mean, you kind of had a cup and handle and you're trying to break out on it on the 1 minute chart, right? So let's just do the cup and handle, right? I mean, you're trying to break out on it on the 1 minute chart, you know? What is going on? Why can't I just click this? There we go. Yeah, I mean, you're breaking out of this cup and handle right now, man. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think this thing's gonna rip. Let's see what happens with these RSIs, though, because, I mean, this could come right back down. With this RSI being as high as it is, I mean, you saw what happened the last time it was this high, right? Kind of ripped back down, boom, and then the stochastics at the same time were just as high as they are now. Actually, they were a little bit less high, and they had been in overbought territory for significantly less amount of time. I mean, yeah, you could rip right back down, you know, just because of the way that the RSI looks right now, in my opinion. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, right? We'll see what happens. We'll just stay on the 1 minute chart for a minute. Caffeinated Cryptos here. Is that the Nordic Hammer? It is the Nordic Hammer. Nordic Alpha, Nordic Hammer, baby. Did I check Morgex for the copy trading? I checked and it looks like you can set your own returns. Let's see what Morgex is. That's a town in Italy. I love it. Morgex. Is that an exchange? Margex. Margex. Copy trading. I don't want to copy people. I want to do copy trading. Come on, man. Here we go. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is telling me like whether or not like I can actually set my own profit, whatever, but if I can, then great, you know what I mean? I'll have to look further into it and see what's going on. Drop some altcoins in the comments section below. Let's see if we can look at some alts really quick. By the way, gave out this gold short in the gold group. I have an 82% win rate in there. Gave out this gold short, basically told everybody, look, hey, if we confirm below this 0.786 fib level, this is where you enter short. As you can see, boom, there's your candle. That obviously this candle actually closed below it, but then you got ripped back up into it. This candle closed below it, you got ripped back up into it. Then this candle closed below it, and this candle confirmed, right? Then what happened on the next subsequent candle? You back tested it. This is where your entry was. Boom. Now you're shorting. We've already taken 50% profits down here at 28.46, I believe. And then we're letting the rest ride. We don't know where it's going to go. Yeah. We'll see. I'm probably going to want to get out of this position by the end of the day today because I don't want to let it sit over the weekend because gold markets close at 5 p.m. tonight. So yeah, I'll probably want to be out of this position relatively soon. Larry said he wants to see Barachain. I trade gold on this prop fund platform, which is called Fund Your FX. You can trade it on all types of different platforms though. If you're a US-based citizen, you cannot trade CFD products. But if you have a dual citizenship somewhere, you absolutely can. Let's go to Bybit. Maybe we have a chart on this. No, we don't have a chart on this. I mean, everything looks like it has a cup and handle that's trying to break out. I mean, that's really that's what's going to be the moral of the story here. I mean, and mind you, we are on the 1 minute chart here, right? But I mean, everything's looking like it's got a cup and handle that wants to break out. Let's look at that 1 hour chart. Yeah, I mean, macro, like from a macro perspective, you're in an uptrend right now. I mean, you came here, you set your high, right? You had your ultimate high way up here. You came down, you set your low, you set your high, you set a lower low, right? But now you've set a higher high than that. You've set a higher low. You're attempting to set a higher high, right? So I mean, in my opinion, This is just my opinion. There's no trade right here. The only trade I would enter right here is a short. Right? Because one thing that you got to understand about cup and handles can also be this. A double top, right? And again, let me show you. I've got it. Pretty sure. Yeah, I do. Okay, so check this out. I also have this. This is something that I reference just for myself, right? This is a quick reference guide. So let's find it, right? Double top, right? Cup and handles can always also be double tops, right? So just understand that whenever you're seeing it, okay? So you came up here, you shed, you came back down, boom. And then if you look, boom, 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 could see a double top, right? And then that is your support level. So I'll draw it for you too. Right? So this right here, this is your support level. So long as you stay above $7.22, I mean, it doesn't look bad, in my opinion. Now, is this cup and handy going to play out? I don't know. It's trying to right now, but as it sits right now, there's no indication that it's going to. Yet, Bitcoin is going to absolutely be the determinant of that. I mean, this would give you a price target of about $9. Let's see if there's any. Yep, right there to the swing highs, man. That'll get you to take out these swing highs at $9.20. That's what you want to see. You want to see take out those swing highs at $9.20. That's what you want to see on bear chain. And then it's like bullish case scenario for it. Now, again, let me take this off, and because that'll get you to another place that, you know, surprise, surprise, you're gonna be like, yeah, thanks a lot, man. It's gonna be another one of these, man. Where's it at? It's gonna be another one of these. It's gonna be another cup and handle, man. Yeah. So if we got there, right? Let's just draw it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Say you got there. It gets you another nice cup and handle, right? Get you another nice bullish, really bullish pattern, you know? And let's say that you've got, you know, a channel here, right? And then this would be your target, okay? So you broke out, you know, somewhere around this range. Say you broke out from here, right? From this previous support. Let's draw this out here. Or from this previous resistance that you're trying to break right now, but you can't get through it yet. It would give you a target of about $10.85. Let's see if that lines up with anything. It does. It lines up with these highs over here, right? Before you dumped. So, I mean, yeah, that could be a bullish case scenario. But again, remember, it could also be a double top, okay? Because in the same sense that it looks like a cup and handle, you got to look for other charting patterns inside of it. Here's your top, right? Here's your retrace back under those levels, right? Then here's your retrace back to the top, which forms your cup and handle. Which one's more powerful, cup and handle or a double top? Well, you're going to have to watch the RSI, the stochastics, and the volume whenever you get up there to understand that, right? So this could be a double top that brings you back down here to about the $6 range. Okay, so there's two scenarios there, right? From a macro perspective, because we've got a micro perspective and then we've got a macro perspective, right? Let's call this micro. Does anybody else have anything else that they want me to look at? Macro. These PDFs, man. I mean, I can give them to people. I can basically what I'll do is I'll get on my website, drewwolfer.com. I haven't done any of this stuff, but I guess it would be helpful. It would probably be helpful for people to be able to see this stuff. So what I'll do is I'll put like a download link on my website or something like that. And I'll put a link in the description that basically says, hey, go ahead and, give me a couple of days to do that. Obviously, give me some time to do that because that type of stuff takes time. But I'll just do it from drewwolfer.com. I'll put a link in the description for it. And then whenever I'm referencing that stuff, I mean, I'll let you guys know, like, hey, go download it if you want it. And then you don't have to watch my streams in order to have it, right? Let's see what happens here, man. Let's see what happens, Bitcoin. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Where are we at? Reach is starting to get close to overbought, right? Stochastics, dude, stochastics are just topped out, man. Just topped out on the hourly. I mean, let's see what's happening on the 1 minute chart. I mean, it's trying. It's trying for sure. I mean, it came all the way down here to what, 84,000 like 5 minutes ago. That's yeah, it could be breaking out of this cup and handle, man. I mean, that's your just basic, just everyday back test, right? Yeah, RSI is curled up. Stochastics curled up. Market cipher B. Green dots, man. I mean, yeah, stuff's getting wild. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, this is a tough one to call because, like, at the same time on the 1 minute chart, like, you've been above all of these moving averages for a very substantial amount of time, right? From all the way over here to all the way over here. Let's see how long that is. Almost 8 hours, right? And look how long you spent below them, right? The last time that you reversed. About 8 hours, right? Because you went above it and then you reversed back down, right? I mean, this is tough, you know? This is tough. Let's see the last time we were even above these moving averages, like substantially at least. Yeah, I mean, this has just been a massive, massive downtrend, man. They're crazy. I mean, look how tight these were. Look how tight these were the last time we were above them. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the last time we were above them, we took a nice little run from about 93 up to what, 99? Yeah, 99.5. So, I mean, we'll see what happens here. But if you catch a breakdown here, I mean, the 50 is dangerously close to the 100. So if you come down here and you test the 50 and you lose the 50 and the 100, the 50 is going to curl below the 100, which is a death cross. And then it's going to start curling down to the 200. The 100 is going to start curling down. And then your price is going to be heading down towards the 200. I mean, yeah, it's tough. So, with that being said, you guys know the levels, right? You know the levels. 84 is like, it's a key level. You kind of got to hold it. And if you don't, then, there could be further downside. You saw the fibs, you saw everything. Let's see how it goes. And I'll let you know how my trade goes. I might get absolutely murdered on my trade. I'm not 100% sure. But you know, this is trading, man. This is what you do, right? You play probabilities, and you try not to, you know, fat finger something and lose $500, like I did last night. So you know, it is what it is, but I'm gonna try and make that back. And you know, I might be fighting a losing battle. I might not be able to make that back, but whenever we come to these fibs, right, and if we bounce from them, then that's where I'm going to be starting to consider longs. I'm going to be watching that daily candle close and the weekly candle close today, and then the weekly candle close tomorrow. And I'm going to see what those are telling me whenever we get there, because that's going to be the ultimate determining factor, man. Like, do we close that topping tail, right? Or that bottoming tail? Do we close that above 83,000? What was it? 83.1 is what I said. 83,150. That's what we need. If we close above 83,150, we're bullish. If we don't, we reassess and we look at the charts then. Okay. So with that being said, I will see everybody soon. I appreciate you so much. Everybody, seriously, have a really beautiful hashtag Friday Pie Day, baby, with your beautiful families. Spend some time with them this weekend. I appreciate you all. I will see you soon. Peace.